Oh no. These hobbits are so screwed. Oh, look how big that tornado is. How's it going, everyone? My name is Bertimus, and welcome back to Totally Accurate Battle Simulator. 2019, we started doing tabs. We had a great time, and I've been seeing a lot of requests to bring tabs back. So we're gonna do that because tabs has a lot of updates that I need to cover off on. The Renaissance update. There's been a couple other updates that have happened here. We can see Pirate and Spooky, but what I want to focus on is the Renaissance today. We start this off with a brand new map. The Renaissance map with Renaissance music playing in the background. This nice little town square that looks like it's straight out of Venice, Italy, I'm guessing, with the waterway that it has here. And with all of this comes a bevy of brand new units. Yes, that's right! Brand new Renaissance themed units! We start off with the Painter unit. A truly one-of-a-kind masterpiece of a unit who carries around his little paintbrush palette and has his very stylish beret. Our Rapier unit, who has his great mustache, his feathered cap, and of course, his weapon of choice, the very impressive Rapier. Next we have a unit called the Balloon Archer, which I can only surmise that his arrows wind up causing a balloon based on his name. This is a very interesting unit, and I'm very excited to see how this one in particular seems to play out. Next on our list we have the Musketeer. Boy howdy, is that a giant musket. It's actually one of the first actual guns placed into this that's not been modded. So I'm very excited to see how this plays out, because I know in the old Tabs game, they had guns aplenty. This is the first one being added in with this particular game. I'm quite impressed by the actual look and feel of this. It feels very, very Renaissance. Next in line, we have the Halberd. Now, this particular unit has a very impressive height of a weapon, which means he's going to have reach, and he might have some very powerful attacks. After that, we have the Jouster. What an impressive unit it is. Plus, we got a horse, which is very, very cool. With this particular shield that he has that's made for absorbing and deflecting hits. I don't know how that's going to be used against other types of units, but I know at least against other jousters, I'm very curious to see how that plays out. And finally, a unit that was in the programming for ages, that we've only ever seen in mods up until this point, the VINCI tank, which looks like a dang UFO with what is presumably Da Vinci himself inside driving the thing. Hello, Mr. Da Vinci. I have to say, your artworks throughout the ages have been amazing. Quite honestly though, with this thing being just a UFO of cannons, I am way excited to see how this thing performs. We might even try and jazz it up with some cheerleaders just to see what happens, because I'm very curious as to how that will work as well. As is tradition with testing out any new unit, we have to make sure that we try it out with halflings first. So we've got 5 painters versus 10 halflings, because I just have to see how this is going to play out. Being an artist by trade, I have high hopes for these painters. Alright, here we go. Alright, so the painters kind of use their brushes, it looks like, as almost a weapon. And the palette is like a shield? Ooh, but they look like they're getting handled by these hobbits. They are just getting tossed around, carried, jumped. Ooh. That is not the kind of thing you like to see happen. On the plus side, his artwork's gonna be worth a lot of money now. Let's just be real. Next up, we will try 5 fencers, rapiers, against an army of 10 halflings, one of which is very questionable. He looks like he belongs in the Turtle Club.
Am I not turtly enough for the Turtle Club?
Let me just say that. Commence! Alright, immediately they just kind of thrust forward with their swords. It looks like we've already got a couple of them that are down. I really think that the halflings stand no chance against these swords, and it looks like I am being proven correct. They've taken down one of those red units. Only one. And the rest of them were cut down. Maybe 5 was too much. Maybe we should try something else. What about just 2? Just 2 of the fencers. Will they be able to take them all down? It looks like they've killed 1 apiece so far. Ooh, actually, they're really going to work on these guys. Can the hobbits even take 1 of them down? All right, so he's dead. They took 1 down. They couldn't take 2.
There is always 2. A master and an apprentice.
All right, now here is something I'm really excited to try. These are the balloon archers. And I'm excited to see if my theory is correct. And it's almost like a Green Arrow style trick shot, where if they shoot the arrow, it's like a balloon and just carries the unit away. Oh my goodness, that is exactly what happens. Look at those guys just get carried away. Oh, and then they get dropped to their doom. Oh no, that could be bad for the halflings. Although, now that they've closed, it's really hard, it looks like, to kind of pin them with the arrows. So, are the archers going to get toast now that they've actually closed into melee? Ooh, this is actually not looking, yeah. I mean, at least in the end they had balloons to keep them company. That's something. Hold it right there. If you're enjoying this video of tabs, why don't you consider subscribing if you haven't already? Like the video, and be sure to share it with your friends. So please consider helping the channel and helping it get to 1K in 2020. And now, back to your regularly scheduled programming. Alright, now with the musketeers, I've actually started them a little ways farther back because I'm curious if they're going to be like the balloon archers, where once they kind of shoot that first volley, I don't know how long it's going to take them to reload, so they could be kind of useless after 1 shot. So first round goes off. Ooh! Each one of them hit a target. But look how long it's taking them to reload. Wow. That took them forever to reload. We've already got 2 of them down. One of them is just getting absolutely pummeled. Those 2 missed. Oh, they're just carrying a dead body. Yeah, no. The musketeers, they weren't ready for the hobbits. Hobbits were small and they got right in under those shots and just punched them in the nuts until they died. That'd actually be a really terrible way to go, just to get punched in the nuts repeatedly. Now we move on to the exciting halberds. Their length, reach, and overall power. 10 hobbits. I mean, it's just 10 little hobbits. Alright, so they actually close in pretty good. Ooh! Okay, so there's knockdown, and there's a little bit of a chop action. They also have a little bit of a stab. But when they close in, they just can't hit them. So now they're just dancing. They are dependent on their fellow halberds being able to take them out. Now, it looks like this particular one is going to go very well. Wow. So I was right in the fact that they have the reach and the knockdown. But is 5 too many? Perhaps we will try it with just 2. And I'm already kind of suspicious about it. They didn't knock out any in the first round. They've taken down 1 so far, so we're really dependent on their health sort of outlasting these hobbits here. This guy is just getting absolutely swarmed. But his buddy's taking him out. He's coming in to help. Is 2 gonna be enough to take down the 10? 1 on 2. Does he have it? Does he have the stamina to make it past? 2 for 1 special. He has done it. The halberd reigns supreme. Now, I will admit, jousters versus the hobbits, I have my reservations due to a height issue. Hobbits are the standard to which all units must be tested against. Here we go, as they charge in. The first volleys go. And they immediately killed them all. Wow. One thing I clearly forgot to factor in was the horses trampling everything to death. That took no time at all. Can just one of them do it against 10 by having the horse trample everything? Or is he just going to wind up circling this little group? Nope. He got him. He knocked him. All right. Ooh, there's a lot of knockback, and that's it. 1 jouster. This is all it takes to take out 10. I like these jousters. Finally, we get to the biggest, most exciting unit of the Renaissance faction. It's magnum opus, the Da Vinci tank. I wanted to step it up for the Da Vinci tank because it's literally a circle of death with cannons all around. I had to put it up against 100 hobbits because I don't even know if this thing can get hurt easily. It's covered in armor. It's got tanks everywhere. It's got Da Vinci himself driving it. I don't know. Even at 100 hobbits, I'm not feeling good about their chances. Let the battle commence, and oh, the rain of fire is almost supreme. Immediately, the hobbits are getting taken out left and right. But if they can close, maybe, just maybe, they have a chance at doing it. Even when they get close, they get caught up in the turbine that is the Da Vinci tank. Leonardo is in there holding for dear life as he just completely starts to annihilate all of these hobbits. And they just get swept up in the death tornado. Wait a minute. Is that what happens with cheerleaders? Now, I have to say, the accuracy of this tank is, it's not great because it's just spinning and firing wildly, but look how many of the hobbits is taken out so far. The utter beauty of the destruction of this perfect machine. It's glorious. It's highly impractical. Da Vinci tank reigns supreme. I had zero doubts in my mind. We've tested out all of the Renaissance faction actual units. A couple secret units that we still need to find. There are more secret units that have been added to this game than I'll cover in this video, which I will cover in another video. But the question is, where are these secret units that might even be related to the Renaissance faction itself? Oh, can I actually go up in the building? Oh yeah, you can go all the way up through. Wait a minute. No. Is this seriously where it's at? This is a guy with a balloon. Oh, my friend. You're a genius in aviation. How did you get all the way up here? Oh, it's definitely him. What is it? A ballooner unit. I've been doing a little digging, and I have found that the other secret unit that I want to talk about today is actually located here at the Medieval 2 map. This one, much like the ballooner, is a little farther up than you would expect. All the way up here at the very tippy top of the tree spiral that climbs the entirety of the building is the spear. To unlock the cavalry unit, we can finally bring in the cavalry to help save people. I bring you back now to the Renaissance map, where I needed to test out here, amongst these new buildings, whether or not the cavalry units could take on the jousting units. I am noticing the cavalry units seem like they might have a little bit of armor. Their shield looks to be a little more just straight defensible, and they actually have very, very pointy parts on the end of their weapons, whereas the jousters just kind of have like a little bludgeony part that's meant to knock you off your horse, obviously. All right, here we go. Oh, they're already kind of getting in each other's way. The cavalry seems to be having quite a bit of trouble. And is that because they're getting knocked off? It looks like this one certainly got knocked off of his horse. Wow. It looks like the jousters just steamrolled them. Knocked them off their horses, put them on the ground, trampled them with their own horses. It's that initial attack that always gets me so hopeful about the jousters, because they all stay on their horses. And it seems like that's the case. If they can stay on their horses and stay out of each other's way, they're just going to knock everyone off their horses from the cavalry side and then just trample them. Jousters. Clearly the superior units. I don't know what the ballooner unit does with his goggles and this little backpack on him, that this is just going to be a balloon that carries people up? Does he attach it to it? Does he take them with him? Okay, so far, oh, there we go. So they do indeed just grab units, bring them up, and then drop them to their death and themselves? Well, it looks like they can at least survive a fall, so that's good. But do they have more than one balloon to take people up in? Is it like a recharge timer that goes on with that? And now they're just swinging fists, so maybe they just have one that they can use, and then they're done. But it doesn't matter, because they got rid of enough of them that they were able to just punch the rest out. Not terribly practical, but very impressive nonetheless. Okay. I might have to say rip to my computer here in a minute, but I needed to try something out. We have a VINCI tank with 100 cheerleaders powering it up against 200 hobbits. Why hobbits? I like hobbits. Hobbits are tried and true. You know exactly what you get with all these hobbits. Oh my goodness. Okay, there we go. I have to put it on slow mo. What is going on with the smoke cloud? Oh, that's because it's turning into a tornado. Oh no. These hobbits are so screwed. Oh, look how big that tornado is. Oh no. There's just a pile of them trying to attack the tank. Another pile trying to take out all the cheerleaders, and let's be honest, they're doing a really good job at it so far. This is just ridiculous. I'm pretty sure the tank is hovering over a swirling mass of bodies at this point. It's a tornado of death and destruction created by Da Vinci himself. It's beautiful. Everyone, I think I have a new favorite unit. It's so beautiful.